I believe that the struggle or the difficulty that women face during pregnancy or just in life, right, in general, is equal to the struggle and the difficulty that men face during a pregnancy, right, or in life. Your pain and my pain just looks different. That's the only thing. Like it's not that you're going through something that I'm not going through as well. It just looks different, right? Like you may be going through the physical pain of bearing a child, but my pain is going to look different. I may be going through the emotional or the mental pain, right? So it just looks different. It's still painful, nonetheless. If I slapped you with my right hand, listen.
Why do you use?
Why
do you use examples like that with me though?
Okay.
Because don't.
It was just okay. Right. It was just readily
your
available.
Right hand.
Okay, so if I slap somebody,
but put your hand down.
So if I slap somebody with my right hand, okay, and somebody else slaps that same person with their left hand, is it still equal pain?
No.
Yes.
Because one hand is more dominant. You got more power in that right hand.
No,
your right hand.
We're not talking about.
If I slap you with my right hand.
What if the person's left-handed?
You didn't say that.
The opportunity that men get to deal with a woman that is pregnant, that is a challenge. Okay, not a lot of men can deal with that, and that's why so many men walk out. Right, their wife is pregnant or their girl is pregnant, and they walk out. They leave before the baby even get here, because the friction, the emotions are heightened. Like it's just like it's a lot to deal with. You know what I mean? Especially if you're an emotionally immature man. If you're emotionally immature as a man, like it is extremely difficult for you to deal with a woman that is pregnant, right? For you to handle the pressure of a woman that's pregnant. Like they have needs, they have like wants, desires, and if you're not able to fulfill those needs, and if you're not able to respond accordingly based on how they approach you, then I mean, there's gonna be tension. You're gonna be fighting all day. Like it's just, you know what I mean? So that's why I say it's equal. It just looks different.
No.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Zamot podcast, where we focus on faith, family, fitness, finances, and friendships. Today, we're going to be reading from Colossians chapter 3, verse 23. And it reads, "And whatsoever ye do, do it heartily, as to the Lord, and not unto men, knowing that of the Lord ye shall receive the reward of the inheritance, for ye serve the Lord Christ." Amen.
Amen.
All right, family, welcome back. Welcome back. We're going to be reading from tonight's Conversations, the Connecting Couples Day this week, okay? So if you're new here, the reason that we ask these questions in these card games is because we want y'all to be more familiar with who we are and, get a little insight as to, our marriage, our relationship. And it also gives us an opportunity to get to know each other even more, right? Because there's some good questions in here. All right, so we're going to read, we're going to do 3 each, 2 each?
Yeah, just swing it.
So we're going to wing it. All right, so you're going to answer the first one, sweetheart.
Hey, y'all. When was the most challenging time in our relationship?
The most challenging time in our relationship was when we first had our firstborn, because it was a transition for us. We went from not having kids, being single, wild and free, to having a child and having to prioritize their needs, you know what I mean, and putting ours aside. So I think that was a pretty challenging time in our relationship.
I agree.
You agree? Mm-hmm. That's it? That's all you got?
Yeah, I agree, because we've already answered that question, so.
Okay.
It's not your turn.
It is. You just chose the first one.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So this one says, what is the one thing we've lost in our relationship that you'd love to get back?
Lost?
Mm-hmm.
Lost?
What's one thing we lost in our relationship?
Our activeness.
What you mean?
Like, far as like like going out doing stuff together, like for fun, not because we got to grocery shop or because we got to take the kids somewhere. Like we used to like go to the mall or
So quality time.
yeah.
That's what I was gonna say. Quality time together. You know, when you have kids, quality time together with just like you and your partner, it comes few and far between unless you prioritize it. Like it's so easy to just put off. And I think that was like the number one advice that we got before we had our kids. Yeah, it was like make sure you prioritize each other, make sure you still date. And it's easy to say that, but when you don't have a big support system, it's difficult to do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's our reason for not being as active and doing that, you know, because the support system just isn't as big as we would want it to be. But still, I think we do a pretty decent job of doing.
Well, I'm not saying necessarily like with just me and you. I'm talking about like the family in general. Like most of the time, one because our schedules are so opposing that when we are off, we just want to rest.
Right.
Especially me being pregnant now. Like honestly, I just when I'm off, I want to be off. Like I don't want to do nothing.
Yeah.
Like literally nothing. So I would say like whenever we would just like get out the house or like when we go walking or like we always together playing, talking and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Now more so it's in the house. Like we're still active, we still like do stuff, but if I had to choose something, it would be that quality time that of course we spend as a family, like with the kids together. We spend time with them separately a lot, but actually together when we're all out and doing something actively, we don't do that as much.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. I agree. Okay, next question. So this one's yours. Wait, okay, yeah. So you pull it and you read it to me.
Okay. What pain did you experience that you never want our future children to feel?
What pain did I experience that I never want our future children to feel?
That's a good question.
Not having a father.
For sure.
Yeah. It wasn't necessarily like I didn't walk around as if it was painful for me, but deep down in my heart, deep down in everybody's heart, not having one of your biological parents in your life affects you. You may not know how, you know, until years later, but it does affect you in some way. So I'm realizing it now, the older that I get, how it affected me and, you know, where there was a void in my life, you know, not having my biological father in my life. You know, there was a void that came with that, and I would never want my children to feel that, you know, them not having me in their life or their mother in their life. Like that can't happen. So that's it. What would you say?
Basically, yeah, the same thing. But I would say, you don't tell me it's my answer.
All of your answers is coinciding with my answers. Okay.
Beat me up. But what I was saying before I was interrupted, I would say having a mother, but not having a mom, but not a mother. Like to teach you, to nurture you, to love you. Every mother figure that I've had in my life has not been a mother. And it's basically because they had trauma that they didn't work on. So my biggest thing that I beat myself up about all the time is literally passing my trauma on down to my kids. So I'm very hard on myself when it comes to how I discipline them, how I talk to them, how I maneuver, because a lot of it is trauma based. So I would say passing on the trauma that was passed on to me a dump load of generations, because my mom didn't work on herself, her mama didn't work on herself, her mama didn't work on herself. Right. Then going into a situation where stepmom, she didn't work on herself, her mama didn't work on herself. Like I'm getting that buttload of trauma dumping on me, and I'm having to claw my way out of it. And then I have daughters, so I'm just big on not passing that trauma on to them and making sure that they know, yes, I went through this, but that doesn't define me, and I'm not going to put that on you.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
that's good.
So
yeah, that's good, man.
I would have to say that.
All right, so that's gonna be the last one, y'all. So, what we got here? It says, if our love was a food dish, what would it be and why?
Rasta pasta.
That's the answer?
Yeah.
Why?
Cause you Rasta pasta. It's good. It's good. It's spicy. It can be sweet. Rasta pasta can come in like different flavors, different forms. It's not just one type of noodles. Like it changes. You can get it with meat, without meat. You can get it with veggies, no veggies. Very diverse. So that's why I said, what do you say?
Okay, I'm gonna say lasagna.
So a pasta.
No, lasagna, just a different form of pasta. It's just so many different layers.
I'm gonna tell you no.
Yeah, there's so many different layers. Okay, so that's our relationship. That sums it up. There's so many different layers to our love. There's so many different layers to our communication. So yeah, I'll say lasagna. That's good.
Good.
All right, y'all. So we about to get into the pod, family. So my wife and I tend to have this discussion, disagreement, quite often, probably once a month. Okay, and the disagreement is, we about to bring it to y'all. Okay, the disagreement is, I believe that the struggle or the difficulty that women face during pregnancy or just in life, right, in general, is equal to the struggle and the difficulty that men face during a pregnancy, right, or in life. My wife, what do you believe?
Okay,
I'm not gonna speak for her. I'm gonna let her. Go ahead. What do you believe?
This is what I believe. Okay, so the whole conversation.
Hold on. The attitude, the finger, and all that.
You don't tell me nothing.
Okay. No
okay.
Problem.
So first of all, the whole conversation is the fact that I do believe his perspective when he says that men and women are created equally, like men and women are equal. I do believe that, but I believe that just because we are equal does not mean that every phase in our life that like is equal. Like every stage that we're going through or in our relationship that is 50-50. I don't believe that. I believe some point is 80, some point is 30, and it balances out because we are one and we are equal, but each category, each thing that I may have to bear and he may have to bear is not equal. Like it is not equal. That's why we agree to disagree. Because you cannot tell me, and actually this is something I need to tell you, when you be pissing me off, when you be pissing me off and I leave, I be going right back to that conversation. Like when I have to leave and I go to Kroger and get the cookies and stuff like that.
That's so specific.
Because that's the last time I did it.
Okay.
I'm driving in a car and I'm venting. I'm talking out loud because that's what I need to do. Okay. And I'm like, talking about some equal. I'm crazy. I'm out of breath. I'm tired and hurting all that. And I had to go get my own freaking snacks. Like I was snapping. So I go back to that conversation a lot because it's just like, yes, we are equal, but at different times in our life, it's not always going to be 50-50, or you're not going to feel the weight that I'm bearing, and it's going to be a time where I'm not feeling the weight that you're bearing.
Yeah, I agree with that though. I don't disagree with that.
That's what I be saying. That's what I'm saying though. That's what I've been trying to say.
Okay, good. There we go. Right there. So that's what you've been trying to say, but that hasn't been what you've been saying.
And that's not how you just said it. Is not how you be saying it either. Which is why I'd be like, okay, you need to tone down because you're not going to tell me that me being pregnant, that you're carrying that exact same weight right now.
No.
That your load is heavier than mine.
No, I didn't say heavier. No. The load.
Or equal.
It is equal.
Right now?
Yes.
Bum o'clock. No, it's not.
Listen to this.
No.
Listen at this. The reason that I say it's equal is because your pain and my pain just looks different. That's the only thing. Like it's not that you're going through something that I'm not going through as well. It just looks different. Right? Like you may be going through the physical pain of bearing a child, but my pain is going to look different. I may be going through the emotional or the mental pain. Right? So it just looks different. It's still painful nonetheless. If I slapped you with my right hand, listen.
Why do you use examples like that with me though?
Okay.
Because don't.
It was just okay. Right. It was just readily
your right hand.
Okay, so if I slap somebody,
but put your hand down.
So if I slap somebody with my right hand, okay, and somebody else slaps that same person with their left hand, is it still equal pain?
No.
Yes.
Because one hand is more dominant. You got more power in that right hand.
No,
right hand.
We're not talking about.
If I slap you with my right hand.
What if the person's left-handed?
You didn't say that.
I didn't say the person was right-handed. That's what I'm saying. None of that doesn't matter. It's the principle. If you get slapped, whether it be a right hand or your left hand, it's still gonna be the same pain. Okay? Right. So what I'm saying is pain, whether it's physical pain or it's emotional pain. The levels are still the same.
No.
They just look different. Yes. Listen, women have to go through the physical pain and men cannot deal with that at all. Okay? I could not deal with what women go through with like bearing a child. I couldn't deal with that. I know I could. But the mental toll and the emotional toll that it has on a man getting the opportunity to deal with a woman that is pregnant. I said the opportunity, so it's better because I said So the opportunity that men get to deal with a woman that is pregnant, that is a challenge. Okay, not a lot of men can deal with that, and that's why so many men walk out. Right, their wife is pregnant or their girl is pregnant, and they walk out. They leave before the baby even get here, because the friction, the emotions are heightened. Like it's just. Like it's a lot to deal with. You know what I mean? Especially if you're an emotionally immature man. If you're emotionally immature as a man, like it is extremely difficult for you to deal with a woman that is pregnant, right? For you to handle the pressure of a woman that's pregnant. Like they have needs, they have like wants, desires, and if you're not able to fulfill those needs, and if you're not able to respond accordingly based on how they approach you, then I mean, there's gonna be tension. You're gonna be fighting all day. Like it's just, you know what I mean? So that's why I say it's equal. It just looks different.
No.
Okay.
Only because you're saying it's like we're not equal right now. We're not equal. Will it balance out? Yes. Will it be a time where you're carrying more than I'm carrying? Yes. That's the whole purpose of having a help mate. Okay. That's my whole point. So when I'm pregnant and you're saying that our load is equal, negative, no. Like no. I'm bearing the physical pain, the mental, the emotional. I'm carrying all that still. You don't have the physical. How is that equal? How does that not make sense to you? We're not equal in this moment. I'm big pressure. Okay? I got the pants on right now because I'm carrying that weight of carrying and creating an entire life physically. Then mentally I'm going through it, and then hormonal and emotional everywhere. We're not equal right now. I'm that 80% right now. You think that we're equal right now, and that's the whole. Y'all in the comments, I need y'all to get active in these comments and tell your perspective, y'all. Or what do you think? I do believe that men and women are equal, but I do not believe that we are equal at every single point in life, like every single on a day-to-day basis.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that we're equal in every single point in life.
But with pregnancy, so when I'm pregnant, you feel that our load is equal, that we're equal right now. What I'm bearing is equivalent to what you're bearing right now.
Maybe not right now because you're.
But that's what we're talking about.
No, that's not. What we're talking about is. We're
not fighting. Go sit down.
What we're talking about is overall is the pain that you feel equal to the pain that I feel overall. We're not talking about in every single moment. Obviously, there's going to be moments where you like when you're laying on the bed. Hold on, let me finish.
Whoa.
When you're laying on the bed and you're delivering a child, obviously I'm not feeling that type of pain. That's obvious, babe. I'm not talking about that. I'm saying that ultimately, at the end of the day, the pain that you feel is equal to the pain that I feel. It just looks different. Now, in moments, you're going to have more pain. In moments, I'm going to have more pain.
Yeah.
Right? Okay, so I agree with what you're saying there, but what I'm saying is it just looks different.
Yeah, but when you're using the example for, like, you use the example of pregnancy. Like, when I was in Florida, we was having a topic, and we were talking about pregnancy, and you said that that's equal, that we're equal in that moment. And I'm like,
no, not in that moment. No. I'm talking about ultimately throughout the course of
now
pregnancy.
You're saying that, but that's what I'm saying. When we've had this conversation, that wasn't, like, that hasn't been said.
Okay, well, I'm saying it.
Okay, you see what I'm saying? Camera. We done had this conversation about 11 times, and now it's clear of what both of us are saying. That was my whole issue. You're not going to sit here and tell me that me carrying a child, that we're bearing that same weight right now. Or that, after I had a baby and you're working and you're doing X, Y, and Z, that I feel the same pressure that you're feeling right now.
Right.
I never take that from you. Like, I'm not going to sit there and say that. Like,
right.
No, that's a weight that you have to carry to provide and protect our family.
Right.
We're not equal at that moment. Okay. Does it equal out? Does it balance out? Yes, because I'm your helpmate. And what I'm carrying right now, like you said, you can't carry that load.
Right.
I got to carry that load because that's my role. That's my responsibility. Same as yours. Your role, your responsibility is to protect and provide for our family. So I can't, only thing I can do is respect it. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not going to take away from and say that I understand that weight of what you have to carry,
right?
And think that I'm equal to you in that moment. Because for me to, like, and society is a great example of women having to provide and protect. When we have to step into that role in the aspect of providing and protecting for the entire household, like, it's a role to where, okay, as a mother, you provide for your children. Biggest example is breastfeeding. You protect your children, which is, just being there for them in every aspect. But when it comes to financially having to make sure everything is taken care of and protect the, danger or whatever the case may be that the man is supposed to have, and the woman has to step into that role, it's chaotic. It's stressful. She's very unhappy. Why? Because that's a load that she was not supposed to be carrying. That's a weight that she wasn't supposed to be carrying. The same with men that have to step into that role or becoming a single father. Like you said all the time, like, I couldn't do it. Like, your patience, your nurturing, like that, because that's my role. That's my weight that I'm supposed to carry in a relationship, which is why God gave, Adam a helpmate to carry some of the load, because there was certain things that he wasn't going to be able to do. There was certain things that she wasn't going to be able to do without stepping outside of what she truly was made to do. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying is, like, I agree with you with, that we are equal and that everything that we do, it is an equal balance because we are helpmates. But in different phases in our lives, then sometimes that balance beam isn't going to be 50-50.
Right. Sometimes
it is 50-50. What you picking up, I'm putting down. What you pick, vice versa. And sometimes it's like, you way up here, I'm way down here, and vice versa. Like, that goes into everything, spiritually, mentally, financially, emotionally, like everything. So that's why I be saying.
Yeah, I think roles are extremely important, and in understanding your role as a partner, as a husband or as a wife, understanding your role and what it is that you need to be doing, and what you bring to the table. And I guess we're traditionalists in the sense that we believe. Well, I'll speak for me, but I believe you agree. I believe that a woman should be the one that takes care of the home. She should be in the home. And then the man should be the one providing and protecting, right? I think in the traditional sense, that's, we're traditionalists in that sense. Like that's just the way it should be. I mean that's equal to like the sun rising in the east. I think that's the way it should be. That's the way it was set up in the beginning. So same thing, holds true with women being in the home and men being outside of the home. I think that's how it should be, and it creates um, a stability, and it creates a understanding of what each partner's role and responsibility is, and it limits the confusion, right? It limits the confusion, it limits the headaches, it limits the arguments, because each of you know what you're supposed to be doing, right? When you have the woman playing the role of the man, and then the man playing the role of the woman, there's a lot of confusion there, and we see that going on now in society, right? With this homosexuality movement, that this agenda that they're trying to force on us, and you can't even watch a TV show without seeing, some type of homosexual acts, which is which is a shame. I don't have nothing against homosexuals, but I do have something against this agenda that they're pushing, trying to force us to capitulate, like that word, and believe that, that's right, or that's like
that's the way
normal. That's not necessarily, that's not normal. Okay, I don't believe that that's normal. That's like, it's just not. Okay, so anyway, so here's what we would encourage y'all to do. Please get active in that comment section, okay? Because we want to know, am I tripping, okay, or is my bride tripping, or are we good? Okay, we want to know what y'all think, because this is a debate. This is a long debate that we've been having for a while, and we just want to hear other perspectives. You know what I mean? So I think ultimately we sort of agree with each other. It just,
we agree overall.
We agree overall, but there's some things that we do disagree on. So y'all let us know what y'all think regarding, that discussion that we had, and then the roles, and we appreciate y'all feedback.
Yeah.
So anything else you want to say, sweetheart?
Get in that comment section.
Get in that comment section.
Get in that comment section. Let us know. Do you feel like the roles are equal? Do you feel like the roles are not equal? Do you feel like men and women are equal, but at different phases in life, you are not equal?
What y'all think?
That was a lot. Basically, what we said previously in the pod, like rewind it back, so, and you'll get what I'm saying. But yeah, that's it for today.
We love y'all. We appreciate y'all. Like, comment, subscribe, share.
Turn on that notification bell so you can be notified every single Monday when we post.
That's it. We post every Monday, right? Approximately 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Yeah.
Okay, so thank y'all for y'all support, and we'll see y'all next week. Let love fill your hearts, family.
Peace and blessings. Bye.